Good morning. My name is Michael Wolf. I suffered brain damage, which affected social communication and a few other things. And I am a genius, and I would like to invite serious, inquisitive scientists um, who can uh, demonstrate that to study me, because I am uh, fucking amazing. Um, I, uh, well, let's see. Very briefly, I am a genius. I had an IQ test that rated my IQ in a 9.28 percentile. It was under extreme stress, and I was affected by black mold toxin. So I estimate up to 2 standard deviations of difference. My IQ on the WAIS scale, I believe, was 147. 137, excuse me. I think there was a second test of 144. I've estimated that my IQ could be as high as 167. I doubt it, but it's possible. But anyway, my estimates are based on the 2 standard deviations, because I was under extreme stress. I was also late, so I started the test with a disadvantage because I started it late. There were 2 tests. They took the lower score, I believe. This was meant in 1994. Someone please verify that. Anyway, I'm asking people to study me because I can do things that no one else can do. Um, I have long assumed this was not the case. I have never assumed I was special. Not in that kind of way. I went with some kind of something or other that I'm like better at most people than some things, but that's like, earns me, a little tiny bit of something, not fucking privilege in life. So I've been probably too humble. So, anyway, my CV is available, linked here elsewhere. You can check it out and see what I've done. But basically, what you'll see is I can do anything. I can learn to and accomplish anything, and I can do it at um, near expert level, like the first time. Give you an example. I was learning to blacksmith, forge an anvil, hammering out a pair of tongs for handling things in a forge. So I was making a pair of long-handled pliers, half a pair. A friend of mine came. He had been doing it for a year. Showed me how to do it, what we needed done. I had never done anything like this before. I was told that my half was a lot better than his, and he'd been doing it for a year. And, I mean, so that's just how it is. I mean, this was, I have theories about what's going on and why. All of them are offensive to everyone who hears them, so I won't share them here. But I will express that I just don't think there's anybody smarter than me out there. I need to be studied because, for one, I've been trying since 2012 to get people to understand what I do about humanity, about what's wrong with us, that all of society is based on diseased humans. But aside from that, which, like I said, I don't want to discuss those things because they're offensive to everybody. Aside those things, I need to have it studied, what I can do. I can essentially read minds. I I suffered brain damage and I'm affected by black mold toxin. I'm presently very, very toxic, very intoxicated with aflatoxin, um, which causes genetic problems and mental problems. Slows me down mentally significantly. It makes me unable to think. It makes me unable to essentially recognize myself and be a person, as you would understand a person. So I'm in a very repressed mental state, suppressed, depressed mental capable state. Using the old GAF, which I'm familiar with, Global Assessment of Functioning from DSM-4. My GAF is probably about right now on the order of 35, maybe 30. Sometimes it gets as high as 40. Like right now, I'd probably put myself as high as 45, maybe. But only briefly, just for a few seconds, like I'm recording this video, and when I'm done with this, I'll be a flopping mess. But anyway, despite having a GAF 30 or 35, I am surviving shit being done to me by what I now understand is the deep state, mostly embedded within the Department of State. DEP period state, deep state, dip state, deep state. Yeah, okay. I get the joke, guys. Anyway, so, whatever you would perceive it as, it's this network of people within the government that talk to each other and do favors and are able to do things like prevent me from even submitting documents to the Social Security Disability by calling all the offices and saying, hey, this guy is coming and don't accept his documents. I mean, we're talking about physically rejecting these documents. They're physically put in the slot by someone, by me, and they're not scanned. If you know anything about Social Security, you know that's like, what the fuck? So I can get these people to do these kinds of things to me. They're doing these things, including steal my disability, by the way. But yet I'm still surviving. And, making progress, actually. So I'm still able to function, to survive, despite all this shit going on, because of how I've reorganized my brain after this brain damage. That's why I can't function socially. I don't live in your society, which is an ordered set of rules that is so complex that you have to be a human being to understand them. Domesticated. Again, I can't discuss these theories. But, so I can do these things. I can do all this shit while these people are doing these things to me. It's all in the back of my mind. I don't know what I'm thinking. I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on in the back of my mind? But all of a sudden, boom, things are done. I can fucking do these things because I knew they were going to do these things. I'll give you a very good example of that. And this is, I cannot lie, okay? I cannot relate things to you falsely. I cannot remember falsely. It requires something I don't have anymore. If you're a scientist that studies the brain, you'll know what that mechanism is. I can't do it. Okay, I cannot fabricate live. So I'm going to relate to you a story that I can only relate to you as true, unless I've fabricated it previously, which, fuck. So this, in 2013, I called the Oprah Winfrey Show because I had an idea how to get back at people that pissed me off, that I felt, deserved to have a mass shooting done on. Notice how I said that. Please notice how I said that. I can't kill. I can't do any of the things that people think that I threaten to do. I cannot harm anybody. I'm trying. I'm really, really fucking trying hard because I need to hit the bully back. I can't fucking hurt anybody. So, losing my train of thought. So, I called the Oprah Winfrey Show because I thought, well, what's better than that is, oh shit, they're still alive and they're realizing, oh my God, I've done something to somebody that caused them to want to do a mass shooting. Okay, so yeah, that was my idea. Show people whatever. So I'm telling this intern, and you can't really understand what I'm saying, and she was doing a worse job, and I was doing the worst job of trying to explain. So, and she pissed me off. So I told her off. I said, okay, fine, fuck you, bitch. I'll fucking call someone else. And she fucking calls NYPD, not because she honestly believed I was going to do that, but because she was pissed off at me because I told her off and I was right. And she fucking calls NYPD and tells them I'm threatening to fucking shoot up a fucking convention. So Next day, I sold all my guns for $1,000. Like $2,500 worth of guns, on the market for $1,000. Based on what, Mike? Based on an intern hanging up on me. That's all I knew was an intern hung up on me. And if shit processed in the back of my head, I don't know what's going on. Okay? I don't know what's going on. This is all processing in the back of my head. The next day I sell my guns. I don't know why. I'm like, dude, you gotta buy my guns for me. I gotta leave the country. I'm going to Mexico. You gotta buy my guns for me. Actually, at the time I was going to Switzerland. Sweden, excuse me, Sweden. Or Norway. So what? No, it was Sweden by then. So why the fuck am I, why the fuck am I always sudden selling my guns then? Okay, well it gets worse. The next morning I wake up at 5 a.m. 5 a.m. I'm fucking panicking. I'm pacing around. Oh my god, they're fucking gonna call me. What the fuck? And then an hour later, 6 a.m., I get a call from NYPD. Guess what? You're on the terrorist watch list. We're gonna sheriff come by and take all your guns. 10 sheriff's officers come by and fucking search my boat, take my fucking guns, illegally, put me on the fucking terrorist watch list, completely deprived me of my human fucking American civil rights, and and I've been surviving shit like that ever since. I'm so heavily fucking targeted that Julian Assange has more rights and privileges than I do. Okay, I can't communicate with my fucking life partner because the United States won't permit me to make phone calls or make him to make phone calls across the international border because he's away at the moment. So, what the fuck? Edward Snowden can fucking use Twitter. I can't. Check out at The Genius Wolf and see. My account says restricted to you. That's not what I see. Go to the same thing on Telegram, The Genius Wolf, and see what the screenshots are of what I see when I try and tweet. Notice there's only 6 tweets, 1 tweet and 5 replies. All to Elon Musk? Yeah. Before he bought Twitter. Right after he announced it. Right after he already had control of it. Because either it was personal by Elon Musk, which it's not, or it's something else. And I definitely know what that something else is. Oh, wow, actually, I know what that something else is now. A government within a government. Ooh. Gotcha. Anyway, so I need to be studied because I have this stuff all figured out. I mean, I understand geopolitics literally better than anyone else out there. I understand Putin's motivations. I understand why he's doing things that he's doing the way he's doing them. Hire me as a fucking consultant, people. If you don't want to fucking study me, you don't believe me, then fucking hire me as a goddamn consultant. I'll sit in there and tell you what fucking Putin's going to do next. I'll sit in there and tell you what the people pulling Biden's strings are going to do next. How do you think I know these things? There's something in the back of my head here telling me this shit so that I can survive it because guess what? I have somehow put myself right in the goddamn center of the geopolitics of this fucking world. So, I'm not crazy. I'm not making untrue fucking claims. I said I can't lie. I can't present false information unless I do very, very careful long-term preparation. No, even then I still can't. I'm trying to think of anything I've ever presented falsely. I can't even do Zombie Apocalypse Diaries, which is just a metaphor for the truth. More so than I thought. So, anyway, come study me, interview me, talk to me, just study my videos. But, please figure out what the fuck's going on here. Okay, going on a scientific thing here. Basic assumption I'm making here, my theory is that I'm just a human being at his potential because of being forced to do so in this situation. I don't believe in, white superiority. I don't believe in that kind of shit. I do believe in genetic differences in structure and things like that about the human brain. But the basic premise of the human brain is that it's my theory is that it's a genetic mutation, like polyploidy, and then there's this extra brain slapped on top of our natural brain. So you have this extra capacity, and that extra capacity is, it may be variable, but it's extra capacity. So we all have this potential. It's just variable potential. And I believe our development, actually, so we have this potential, but I believe our development keeps us down here, and I just went here. And just everybody else has been down here below this level, and I just went up above it, where we're supposed to be at potential. So that's my working theory, is that society prevents us from being to our human potential. I got abandoned as a baby and child. So much that I identified as a canine, as a dog, before I identified as human. So, that's how badly abandoned I was. And I literally was raising myself 5-6 years old, deciding my mom was too stupid, my father was too stupid, my stepmother was absolutely unacceptably not capable. I think I was also 6 years old, no, 5 years old when I met my stepmother. So I raised myself. So that's my working theory. But I'm starting to see that there's something different. I make all these assumptions of what people are capable of, and they're always wrong. And to the point where I cause harm to people. Real harm, physical harm. My caregiver, my God, this poor kid, he's been in so much fucking trauma because of what he's going through, because of what I'm being put through. So this kid's like literally going crazy, because of torture. He's being tortured because he's my caregiver. That's all. And he's trying to take care of me, and I expect things from him that are just impossible. I'm not saying it at all, or even suggesting I'm the one torturing him. I'm being tortured. I can handle it. He's my caregiver. He can't. So, to all those that I know who are listening, fucking leave him alone. You're not fucking with me, you're fucking with him. And he's mine. He's my family. I can't hurt you, but I'm going to find a way to be able to hurt you, because I know how to, and I know what hurts. As they call it down here, slapping the dog with a newspaper. I'm going to get you with the media. That's part of what this is. I want people to be able to see that I'm not fucking crazy. I'm fucking right. I understand so much about humanity, and people need to see that it's right. Real quick, it's sunrise, so the sky is yellow, but it's yellow. Just want to find out if anybody can objectively see that this is not only is really yellow right now, but has been really yellow. The image seems very yellow off balance. It's because this thing. Let me demonstrate real quick that it's not. It's not your white balance. It's the sky. It's so full of NOx's here that everything's yellow. And that's why I'm talking like this. I have asthma, and I've been so affected by asthma lately. Because we're in this fucking pool of fucking NOx's from the worst power generation, dirtiest power generation in the world. Pause. But anyway, it's part of what I'm surviving, these toxins. I have toxic syndrome, among many other things. I can't survive being around these toxins. So I'm asking people to study me because I'm not gonna make it. I don't think I'm gonna make it. I was expecting to die. I was expecting to live forever. Honestly, I'm not crazy. I was honestly expecting to live forever. And now I'm not sure if I'm going to make it unless I can clean up these toxins soon enough. But that's why I need myself studied. I don't know if I represent human potential or if I'm a genetic freak, hybrid vigor. What? All of my siblings, none of them have empathy. I am so full of empathy that I was called a crybaby by everybody. And to have suffering brain damage, I don't know what caused me to stop being a crybaby, or if I ever was, because I don't do it anymore. Actually, I do it. I do it now. But only I have a lot more control over it. But anyway, I get very distracted in my thoughts. That's a problem with brain damage, and some problem I had with training with thought organization before. which I'm actually better at now. But the capabilities are gone, so I do this kind of shit. But anyway, just please study me. I mean, there's something different. You know, however you want to fucking study me, whatever fucking perspective you need to do, you know. I understand everybody hates me. It's part of why I want to be studied. Literally everyone fucking hates me. Literally everyone I've ever come across in my life, except one person now, hates me on a fundamental level, subconscious level. You know, even my own caregiver, he won't admit it. He doesn't want to because I don't even like telling him it because, you know, it's not him that does it. It's subconscious. It's his ego that people just fucking hate me because I get in their heads. And I want to explain these things to people, how we work, and how I can essentially read minds. And nobody wants to listen to me, and the government censors me. And all I'm trying to do is make everybody's lives better. It's really sad. Anyway, please ignore it. If you want financial reasons, then shit, you know, because I could fucking, you know, hire me, fucking FBI, CIA, NSA, whoever the fuck, you know, military, Pentagon, private contractors, whoever, fucking hire me. I'll fucking tell you how to do whatever you want to do. You know, foreign governments want to stop the U.S. I'm very aware of that. You know, well, I'll give it to you. You know, I'll tell you what to do. You're not going to take the country. You're not going to take America. You can have the U.S. government. You know, that's the problem. Is the U.S. government. Well, get me elected. Help me get elected, which is just give me some fucking money, and or actually give me media, give me a medium to broadcast, and I'll take the presidency, and I'll give you the federal government. Actually, I'll dismantle it. U.S. federal government. You know, I can fix the world. Literally. One person. If I had the resources and ability, if I wasn't being censored, I could fix the fucking world. So, and all you gotta do, hopefully you got through this, all you gotta do if you want to fix the world, if you're one of those geopolitical players, you know, Putin's advisors, and this or that, shadow government, whatever, you know what words I'm using that I can't use. As I fucking understand all of you better than you ever fucking imagined I do. And if you out there actually want to fucking fix this fucking planet, please let me show you how, tell you how, whatever. It's really simple at this point. You have a president of the United States that will dismantle the federal government, disarm, nuclear disarm, and recall all soldiers and order them to stand down and form militias. That'll be their standing orders. You're not a soldier anymore. That's your order. You're a private soldier now for the state militias, the constitutionally well-regulated militias. Turn the United States from the most offensive country in the world to the most defended. Like just all those hired soldiers, you're free to go. Defend the United States of America. How much more elegant and beautiful a solution can there be? You fire all police forces. You say, you can't do it as president, but you can say, hey, look, we don't need police anymore. We've got militias. Okay. They're constitutional, well-regulated. They're going to follow the fucking constitutional laws, right? Which isn't being followed by the fucking Second Amendment bullshit. If you want a gun in the United States of America, get in a militia, well-regulated, constitutional. They were all around. If you want to find out what they were like, they're all very well documented. It's been around when the Constitution was written, published, and approved, and recognized. They existed. Everybody knew what they were back then. Nobody knows what they are back up right now. So, every citizen is armed in the United States? No. Only citizens who are defending the United States are armed. Anyone else, it's a privilege bestowed upon them, if at all. And I mean, well, today, who needs a hunting gun? If you're not in a militia. Well, if you need some hunting done, hire a militiaman or join the militia. Anyway, solutions to the world. So you bring all the people home. They have the United States defended. They're essentially an island cut off from everyone else. They're already really good friends with Canada. Let the kids have their little playground, and turn themselves into something great or destroy themselves, whatever. To bring all the soldiers home, you fire the entire federal government. There needs to be the president, the vice president, and at most 4 advisors and their secretaries, and all the ambassadors and 1 secretary. That's the federal government, and it's elected every 4 years. Or re-elected. That's it. And the president can hire and fire cabinet members all he wants. But they only get 1 staff member. If they need more staff, they have to privately hire them or contract for them from a pool of temporaries. Who, if you want to work in government, you only work every time your party is in office, unless you're demonstrated to be neutral. Guess what? And that's if they need employees. State will handle almost everything. The only things I think I'll retain are anything infrastructure-wise for USGS, NOAA, and HAM system. I think everything else can go to the states, and I think even NOAA and USGS can go to the states. Or some neutral international non-governing body, perhaps, should be giving those things. Anyway, and then you disarm nuclear. Bring all the nuclear weapons home, dismantle them, or send them to Mars so I can put them inside the core, restart it, and along with the plastics it sent, terraform Mars so that we can, have it as a planet. Well, so I can have it as a planet, because I'm going to start a new Earth with my fucking rules. Anyway, so I can fix everything. You just listen. I want to prove that, but I need people to listen to me, stop censoring me, stop harassing me, stop hating me for being different, because I'm not different. I'm better. I am superior. I'm sorry, but it's time to admit that. I am superior to every one of you who reads, listens to this, watches this. I am better than you. I'm better able, I'm better morally, I am a human being, I am universal ethics, morally speaking, morally mature, intellectually mature, physically mature, sexually mature, philosophically, whatever. I don't know everything, I don't understand everything, but I'm there where I'm trying to. So, I am your better, and I want to be studied. I want to prove this. So, I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm asking you to prove I'm not. Prove I'm not. Just don't assume. Don't just assume. Everybody is assuming I'm not superior. I'm asking you to prove that I'm not. Because my theory is that I am not. That I am just like you, but I applied myself when I was a kid because I had to, and I got to where I am. So I'm asking you to prove that everyone else can be where I'm at. I'm asking you to prove that I am where everyone else can be. It isn't. But I'm asking you to prove so by proving to me that I'm not superior stock, genetically, racially, whatever. I'm not any different than anyone else. It's my theory. And I want someone to prove that I am not genetically or physically superior. That I'm just like everyone else. I just got here because I did the fucking hard work. I've got the scars to prove it. Anyway, thank you. Wow, I got this in less than 30 minutes.